Hey, I just watched the second episode of Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, and from the title, I thought it was going to be maybe a fantasy, something of that nature. It's something. It is something. If you don't know, Peter Grill is a man. He is a man, and he's the strongest fighter in the world. That's the opening. That's what they set it up with. I'm like, okay, wow, this is gonna be a cool battle anime. The animation is a little bit bad, but it'll be enjoyable. It'll be enjoyable. I like battle anime. I like seeing cool fight scenes. It's gonna be like an arena. He's in a coliseum. I thought it was gonna be like a tournament kind of thing. That is not what it is about. In the first few minutes, he wins the tournament, and he's walking along and he meets these two ogre girls, and we'll find out what part they have in the story later. He meets them, and they're like, "Hey, listen, man. Now that you're the strongest fighter in the world, we want your hunk spunk, your your stuff. You know what I'm talking about. We want you to bless us with children." And he's like, no, 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 no. I'm getting married to this girl called Lavelle-san. And then he goes and meets her, and they need the permission of her father, the guildmaster, who said he would let them marry if Peter Grill won the tournament, the Coliseum. So that's like, okay, right, this is going to be a bit of a romance. He's going to have to fight his way to the top of the Coliseum in order to be allowed to marry the love of his life. And we find out they've been dating for 2 years, and all they've ever done is held hands. Okay. She doesn't know how babies are made. She thinks they come down from birds. Whenever they get married, a bird will come down and give them a child. Something along those lines. Peter Grill goes to his room, and who does he find waiting for him there? Two naked ogre girls. And as most anime protagonists, he's like, no, back up, I don't want to do this. They're like coming on them, they're like, ooh, come on, give us your hunk spunk, we want babies. He's like, no, I'm getting married. And then they seduce him, and the first episode ends with him doing them. Top 10 anime, saddest anime fucking deaths. Top 10 anime betrayal. So, second episode. Okay. First episode ends, right? And it shows him after sleeping with the two girls. They're in bed, naked. And then his wife, his to-be wife, Lavelle-san, comes knocking on the door. And the episode ends. And he's just stone-faced. He's like, what am I gonna do? He comes knocking on the door. Okay, second episode, which I just watched recently. I watched the first one a week ago. I just watched the second episode there now. Now, the second episode, he throws them in a closet, puts on his pants, and he's so sweaty, he's sweating really hard. She's like, why are you sweating so much? He's like, oh, I was training. And you hear the ogre girls banging on the closet door, but she doesn't know this. So we got to them asking the guildmaster to get married. And the guildmaster is Lavelle-san's father. And I think he knows, because he's very angry at Peter Grill. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, Peter Grill. He's very angry. And Peter Grill's sitting there shitting himself. I think he knows that Peter Grill cheated on his daughter. But they get permission to get married anyway, because they won the tournament. And so they're having a banquet. And then the ogre girls get naked in front of him, just out in the open. And they pull his pants down. And then she comes to talk to him, so he throws them under a table and sits down at the table with his pants off. And I swear, this is like basically a Schmentoy plot. I swear to God. He throws them under a table, she's talking to him. And he's got a stuffy. He's got a chub on. And then the father comes along, the big old man. And he's like, Peter Grill, stand up. I want to sit and discuss with my daughter. Peter Grill is fucking shitting himself. He's like, oh no, if I stand up, they're gonna see my wiener. My weenie peenie. He's shitting himself. Then he's like, he turns to the Grandmaster, he says, Grandmaster, this is a show to show my dedication to the valley, that I would not stand up or give anybody a place next to her other than me. And then he's like about to kill him. He's like, Peter Grill, stand up right now. I swear to God, the old man knows. But the daughter defends him. She's like, oh no, Peter Grill loves me. He's sitting there. And then they leave. And then the ogre girls come on to him. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. I love her so much. And then he cheats on them again at the end of the episode. And that's the end of the episode. And he slept with them again. I tell you, this show is... The animation's awful. It's like the bare minimum. Bare minimum animation. The animation is stiff. I swear to God, there's a scene where girls are shaking their hips. It's just like bam, 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 bam. You swear they're just 2 frames. 2-frame animations. Second of all, voice acting. Not good. Very average. I'm disappointed. Japan, I'm disappointed. I mean, come on. Seriously, voice acting. It's shit. It's shit. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And you know what? This season has a few stinkers. There's another show I'm watching called Rent a Girlfriend. Rent a Girlfriend. And I might talk about that. Maybe next week when the next episode comes out. Who knows? But that show isn't very good either. But at least that show's entertaining. I felt like somebody was dragging me through a pile of trash. Dragging me through a pile of trash while with a ball in my mouth and my arms being held up in the air and fucking broken by a big strong man. That's how I felt watching that show. I felt physical pain. I felt physical and mental pain. It's not a good show. Don't watch Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Stone. No, I will keep watching it. Because even though it is very bad, it has piqued my interest. And at least it is different. And I'm going to keep watching it. And I may, whenever I finish it, I may make another review on it. This is more like a first impressions. But wow. Thanks for listening, guys.